Share my life with you, baby. I wanna love ẹ lọ ní o àó àjẹ́ má bá ẹ lọ o ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o bébí o jẹ́ má bá ẹ lọ o ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o àó àjẹ́ má bá ẹ lọ o ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o baby I wanna love you ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o ó má bá ẹ lọ ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o baby I wanna love you ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o ó má bá ẹ lọ oh yes ó má bá ẹ lọ give me the arms give me the arms. N kò rí irú ìfẹ́ èyí rí o n kò rí irú ẹ̀rí èyí rí o ọmọ tó níwà tó sì lẹ́wà o mo fẹ́ mọ̀ lé rẹ o kí n máa bá ẹ lọ bèbí jẹ́ máa bá ẹ lọ òní kí n máa bá ẹ lọ olólùfẹ́ jẹ́ máa bá ẹ lọ ẹlẹ́yinjú ẹgẹ́ jẹ́ máa bá ẹ lọ àdúmàdán jẹ́ máa bá ẹ lọ.
Ó máa bá ẹ lọ ní o, ó máa bá ẹ lọ. Ó máa bá ẹ lọ ní o. Ó máa bá ẹ lọ ní o, ó máa bá ẹ lọ. Ó máa bá ẹ lọ ní o.
Baby, I wanna love you.
Ó máa bá ẹ lọ ní o, ó máa bá ẹ lọ. Ó máa bá ẹ lọ ní o.
Oh, I wanna love you.
Ó máa bá ẹ lọ ní o, ó máa bá ẹ lọ. Ó máa bá ẹ lọ ní o.
Baby, I wanna love you.
Ó máa bá ẹ lọ ní o, ó máa bá ẹ lọ. Ó máa bá ẹ lọ ní o.
Àrà ẹ bá mi gbọ́rọ̀ kan wò ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ń ka mí láyà mo wí o ọmọ kan ń bẹ tí mo fẹ́ràn o tí wọ́n ṣe bá a sọ̀rọ̀ kò yé mi rárá o n kò rí irú ẹ̀rí èyí rí o n kò rí irú ìfẹ́ èyí rí o ọmọ tó níwà tó sì lẹ́wà o mo fẹ́ mọ̀ lé rẹ o kí n máa bá ẹ lọ jọ̀wọ́ mo fẹ́ mọ àwọn òbí rẹ o bèbí mi yé jọ̀wọ́ mo fẹ́ mọ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ o ọmọ oníwà tútù yìí o mo fẹ́ mọ̀ lé rẹ o kí n máa bá ẹ lọ bèbí jẹ́ máa bá ẹ lọ òní kí n máa bá ẹ lọ olólùfẹ́ jẹ́ máa bá ẹ lọ. Oh, what a feeling, running me all love. I can't help myself, baby. I wanna love you.
I wanna be with you, both night and day. Share my life with you.
Baby, I wanna love you.
Oh, what a feeling, knocking up my lips. I can't express myself.
Baby, I wanna love you.
I wanna live with you, grow old in your hands. I'm babies with you.
Na 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 na.
All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to Happy New Marriage. Finally, we are here. It's been a long, day coming since December, a lot of publicity, a lot of effort, and I'm really, really, really grateful for all of you joining me this wonderful evening for Happy New Marriage. You know what? If we want to take the next 10 hours to talk about it, I'm ready. I will not blink an eye, because of the kind of things that I've seen and the kind of things that I've known as well. But I hope that we're going to be able to spend maybe about 90 minutes, and that we will extract maximum value from those 90 minutes. So I just want to ask for your rapt attention. I want you to just take a moment to, take distractions away. We fixed 8 p.m. so that people in North America can join us as well. And I'm really thankful for all of them. I hope you guys are keeping safe. A lot of inclement weather in America right now. But I trust that you and your family are safe. All right. We're just going to kick things off. I'd like everyone to quickly go to the chat room and tell me in one word, what word would you love to use to describe your marriage? The marriage of your dream. Or maybe we can say in a few words so that I'm not restricting people too much. In a few words, or maybe in a line. How would you like to describe the marriage of your dream? I mean, that is irrespective of where you are today. Some people may even be single. Maybe that marriage is even, is doing okay, or you are really struggling. Irrespective of where you are, what would you like to use to describe your dream marriage? I'm seeing the word beautiful from uh, I'm seeing beautiful. I'm seeing peaceful. Peace is very important. Trust me. Honestly, without peace, nothing else works. So peace is very important. Someone says heaven on heart. That is heavy. Heaven, the whole of heaven on heart. That is heavy and powerful. Someone says happy, successful, and glorious. This is wonderful. Trust me, this is wonderful. All right. Pure bliss. Oh my, I like that. Pure bliss, undiluted bliss. I like, the word bliss, just gets my attention. There's a reason why I'm called the bliss catalyst. So, yes, let's have more words. Let's have more words. Please put in your words. How would you like to describe the marriage of your dream? I mean, everything starts from the place of dream. You have to capture it in your heart before you can live in it. All right. Fulfilled God's plan. All right. That's very, very powerful. Someone says divine. Someone wants a marriage that is divine. A peaceful, fulfilled, and a happy home. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. A lot of our parents, they used them to lambast us that, oh, in our days we are so weak. Every small thing, people are divorcing. We stay together in our generation, but the information we are now gathering and the data we are gathering suggests that a lot of them stayed in those marriages, but those marriages were not happy at all. Some of those marriages were really, really broken, but because of what society would say, they stayed. So of course, we need to develop resilience as well in our own days and not just up and leave at little provocation. But I would rather have a marriage that is I'm not just staying because I want to, because of what society will say or anything. I'm staying because I'm happy to stay. That's the kind of marriage I believe we all want. So please, I'm still waiting to hear from a few more people. How would you describe the marriage of your dream? And I'm aware that some people are at a place right now where they can't even dream. Things have gone so south that the idea of dreaming is becoming very difficult. You can't even imagine another reality where, I believe, can you all hear me? Because I think I might need to use my hairpiece. Just tell me which one is better. Can you hear me better now? Crystal clear. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, right. So, someone says fulfilling and peaceful, drama-free marriage. Oh my God. What will we give to have a drama-free marriage? Nobody likes drama, trust me. Nobody likes drama, including the people that have been called drama queen. A lot of time people become drama queen because there are unresolved issues. All right. So, drama-free marriage. Thank you, everyone. We don't have all day for this, so I'm just going to jump right into the presentation. All right. Happy new marriage. Let me quickly just make it very clear that this session that we're having today and tomorrow is about exposing something to you. It might not be the thing that will totally transform your marriage, but what I'm
going to share today and tomorrow, trust me, you probably have never heard about them before. Trust me, I'm not one of those people who just gets excited and say things because that's what people want to hear. I'm not that kind of person at all. So when I tell you that the kind of things that I'm going to be unpacking today and tomorrow, you probably have never heard of because I've also been married. I'm married 13 years now, and I've led family life in the church where I pastor. I've led it globally, I've led it locally, I've done a lot. There are a lot of things that I've had. But trust me, the things that I'm sharing are things that I did not hear from anyone for many, many years. And when I started hearing them, I started implementing them, I know exactly the difference. So you will see what I'm saying in a short while. Um, so this is the introduction part. Let's first of all start with default and design marriage. Default and design marriage. And the idea is that if you have not taken the time to design the marriage of your dream, trust me, your marriage will become a default marriage. It's like someone who hops into a car and just starts driving without a clear picture of the destination of where they are going. You will just arrive anywhere. And where you arrive, you yourself may be wondering, how did I get here? And that's exactly what I hear in a lot of counseling room that, oh, I'm always, I was I was seeing with someone yesterday. This is my own life. There is hardly a 24 hours today that you will go without me spending some good time counseling someone, trying to resolve an issue and all that. Just yesterday, someone was telling me how he said he will open his laptop to work like this, and he will not know when 5 hours have gone, 6 hours have gone. Yeah, and he got to the level where he couldn't even focus on work any longer because the trouble in his marriage had become too much that he couldn't concentrate on anything. He would just be looking at his laptop and he was telling me, I don't know how I got here. I don't know how we got here. That is exactly what happens when people have not done the work of designing the marriage of their dream. And trust me, 90% or 99% of married people have never designed the marriage of their dream. They have some vague ideas. Most people have some kind of vague ideas of the kind of marriage they want, but nobody, and even if they want to, because I remember when I got married and we went for honeymoon, and I remember at my honeymoon, I was telling my wife, we're supposed to have some kind of vision. I mean, it just dawned on me that we are supposed to create some kind of template for running this marriage. So what's our vision? So we had some very vague conversations around vision, around purpose, around things like that. Was extremely vague. Why? Because nobody has given us any tool or any guide on how to do it the proper way. Nobody has given us that tools, and the same for most marriages. So if you've never gone on a journey where you have intentionally designed a robust system around creating the marriage of your dream, trust me, your marriage will fall to one of these four default marriages. So let's unpack the four default marriages. We have what we call the bossy done marriage. We have what we call the Tantis Romeo marriage. The third one is called celebrities, and the fourth one is referred to as the brethren. The brethren. Those are the four types of default marriages. Let's unpack what these interesting terms mean. Bossy done marriage, from the word bossy and done, you already understand what we're talking about. We're talking about a master-slave relationship where one partner has no say because the other knows it all. It's a marriage where the power dynamics is extremely skewed towards one person. So it's a master-slave relationship. One partner has no say because the other person knows it all. One spouse does whatever he or she likes without considering the other person's feeling. One spouse, the rule applies to one person, the other person is free to do what they like. And trust me, it can be the man, it can be the woman. One of the things that this program will strip your mind off is this man versus woman conversation. It's such a base conversation, it's such a low-level conversation. You have no business. If anybody is still thinking men are the problem in marriage or women are the problem in marriage, you are engaging in a very, very low level of thinking about marriage, trust me. But let me just hang that there. So, like I was saying, a Boston marriage, the third feature of a Boston marriage, one spouse does whatever he or she likes without considering the other person's feeling. The fourth feature is that one partner's life revolves around the other person. One partner cannot breathe until the other person says it's okay to breathe. Fear and emotional pain abounds in a Boston marriage. That's what happens in a Boston marriage. Fear and emotional pain abounds. The sixth feature is the fact that one partner vents without restraint, while the other person feels stifled. Have you seen those marriages? And maybe your marriage is what I'm describing here. It's not a shame at all because you need to locate yourself before you can begin to move forward. You need to know where you are before you can begin to progress past that level. You've seen a marriage where it's only one person that is free to get angry. It's only one person that is free to express their displeasure. The other person, even if there's something they are not happy about, you need to go and think for 5 days and then look for the best time. You first of all have to call all the ancestors. Olowo me, there's just something. Don't be angry. You first you need to appease the God before you have any opportunity to even place a request or talk about something you're not happy about. And some marriages, quite a lot of marriages, are in a situation where one person cannot even try it. You don't even have the audacity to say, see that there's something you said I'm not happy about. You cannot even try it. There are people in those kind of marriages, and these are the kind of marriages we refer to as busted down marriage. What are the possible causes? What leads to busted down marriage? What are the things that leads to busted down marriage? Sometimes wide age disparity can lead to busted down marriage. And guess what? Trust me, sometimes it's the older person, sometimes it's the younger person. Oh, trust me, it's not always the older person that is bossy. Sometimes the younger person will use the advantage of being younger to be bossy towards the other person. What happens sometimes is that, especially if the age disparity is very, very wide, the younger person has the energy, is more relevant, probably earning more. The older person, maybe some kind of sicknesses are setting in, they can't move as fast, they are not, the younger person who has a lot more energy uses that against them and becomes the don. Social class disparity can also lead to bust down marriage. You have a situation where someone is of a high social class, the other person is, almost from the village type of person, and there's that disparity. Of course, the one who is from the village, once they get into some certain kind of setting, believes that they can't even have a say. They believe that they must always go like the other person's handkerchief. If they say sit, you sit because before you go and disgrace yourself, because that the other person who is of a lower class may become very, very self-conscious in all that they do. So wide cultural compatibility gap can also lead to can also lead to a possible marriage, where somebody thinks in terms of a first word thing, someone engaged first word thinking, the other person engaged third word thinking. That can lead to possible marriage. I'm going to talk about cultural compatibility gap later on, but that will probably be tomorrow. But just a snippet example of what I mean when we talk about cultural compatibility gap. For instance, some men can be the kind of man who says it's forbidden for me to be found in the kitchen. I'm a man. A man has no business in the kitchen. My own business is to maybe provide the money, and then when my wife is cooking, I just put my legs on each other watching Arsenal as they lose another match. Short fire to Arsenal fans there. And but the woman came into that marriage thinking, oh, my husband is going to join me in the kitchen. We'll be gisting in the kitchen as I'm cooking. She'll be washing the plate and all of that. And oh my, NEPA has struck. Give me a minute. Let me convert to my local power. That's how you know that the people that are in Nigeria, that's how we know ourselves. Just 2 seconds. Apologies for that. Just a moment. All right, all right, all right. I am back. In this country, you are your own president, you are your own you are your own everything. Why is this law? Uh, why is this law? Wondering. Anyway, so let me share. Let me go back to the presentation. Apologies for the break in transmission there. I want to try and fix the video. Okay, I don't know what has happened to my video. I guess, okay, I think it's getting better gradually. I will just have to continue because we don't have any time to lose. So apologies for that short break in transmission. So I was talking about Boston marriage, all right? Talking about the possible causes, wide age disparity, wide social class disparity, wide cultural compatibility gap. Number four is religious or traditional misinterpretation. This can also easily lead to Boston marriage. Man, you are the head of the family. Woman, you have to submit to your husband as unto the Lord. Like I said, the interpretation, how we interpret it. See, in this program, one of the things that you will not see is trying to address, hey, who is supposed to submit, who is supposed to not submit, and all of that. We are going to deal with the reason why the people that they said they should submit, why they're always fighting, I cannot submit, I cannot submit. And the reason and the people they said they should submit to, why they're always fighting, you must submit, you must submit. We need to address that. That is the real problem. That you are so excited that they're asking somebody else to submit to you, and that you are so petrified about submitting because if you are being asked to do something and you are afraid of doing it and you are fighting it, there's a reason, and that reason needs to be addressed. That's where we're going to go. We're going to be going to subliminal root issues. We're not going to be addressing symptoms. All right. Moving on. Boston relationship. Money, sex, pregnancy, status, bait. That can also lead to Boston relationship. Someone has money to throw around, the other, or somebody is using sex as a bait to, maybe sometimes somebody has the libido level is so wide and somebody just believe that they can use that sex as, a power over you. And then they become the dawn. You must worship them. See, this thing is so bad. This thing it may sound funny, but I know men who tell me that sometimes they have to kneel down practically and beg their wife for sex. Because just because you said something, no sex, and the woman will lock up nothing, and you can't go out. Of course, maybe you're a Christian and and all of that. Of course, even just being an honorable person, you can't go out. And the woman has recognized sex. You know that kind of person, whatever it is that you have said, next time, even if you were wrong, you will just keep quiet so that you don't find yourself kneeling down 1 a.m. again. So these things are real. Pregnancy bait. If the woman wants children, the husband doesn't want children, so the woman must, submit and become a slave so that the man can agree to her, and all of that can become reasons for breakdown relationship. Pity party or emotional dependency. Pity party or emotional dependency. Someone is troubled emotionally and therefore they are somewhat dependent on the other person. It can easily lead to a busted down relationship. Sometimes a marriage is based on rescue. I'm the one that rescue you from the village. I'm the one that rescue you from poverty. I'm the one, maybe, I've seen people, probably somebody has a name in the society and you're married into that family. If care is not taken, if you guys have not designed the marriage of your dream, that kind of marriage can descend into a busted down relationship. Because the person, and I've had to counsel people who are in that space. I've counseled, for instance, I've taken one of these governors. I've taken a daughter of a governor through through a premarital counseling, and it was part of what I had to help them to work. Because in that kind of power dynamics, if you're married to a very famous name or a very big name, if you're not careful, is the father of the other of the people of the name that has the family that has a big name that will be dictating what will be happening in your family, and that's no longer marriage. And whatever the daughter or the man of the popular person in the family says, that's what will become law, and that's no longer a partnership. So that can also lead to bossy down relationships. Strong personality sometimes is just about personality. Somebody just has a sharp mouth and they know how to hammer their point very well and use loud voice and use all kinds of body language and all that. Sometimes that's what's happening. And there are people of a particular personality which we're going to delve into that we need to watch out for. They need to be aware of their tendency to be bossy, and the people who are married to them also need to be aware of that tendency and know what to do to manage them. When we see personality, there are all kinds of tools we're going to use when it comes to personality, and I'm going to show you. I'm aware of at least maybe 10 different types of personality tests. Is it the normal, the popular one, Team LaHaye personality, the sanguine, choleric, and all of that, Bell-Being personality, I've seen all kinds of personality, but the one we have here is called Oyela. First, you are not going to find it anywhere online. You are not going to find it anywhere online. It's a proprietary material that is only available for people in the network where it was created. And the level of aha moments that happens every time I run that personality, even I myself, I always wonder the kind of aha moment. It will be as if you are just meeting your spouse for the first time when we run that personality and we show you the person that you marry. So when we get to that point, we are going to understand it. Now, the eighth one, when it comes to bossy down, is coping mechanism to deal with fear of being dominated. So some people become a don if they are afraid of someone becoming a don over them. Some people are coming from the kind of upbringing where they were dominated, or probably they saw their dad bully their mom, or they saw their mom bully their dad, and they had sworn before they met their spouse that nobody will treat me like this. And because of that, reaction to what had happened in the time past, before them, without them knowing it, they then become a don as a way of protecting themselves from fear of being dominated. That also happens a lot in marriage. Okay. Now that is the bossy down relationship. Let's quickly talk about Tantis Romeo. Tantis Romeo is very interesting, and I've always said that Nigeria is in the Tantis Romeo relationship, but today is not about Nigeria. Let's leave that. Let me leave that apart. But by the time I'm done explaining Tantis Romeo, maybe some people can intelligently pick what I mean when I say Nigeria is in a Tantis Romeo relationship. Okay, so in a Tantis Romeo relationship, one partner is in the relationship under false pretense to meet an unspoken need and not for love. That's the feature of a Tantis Romeo. In a Tantis Romeo relationship, one person is in that relationship for love and they are interested in building together. The other person is in that relationship for a totally different reason. But they will pretend like they love, that they are in love. Meanwhile, there's something else that they are in that relationship for. Can I say this? And I say this very carefully. Many people, I find from my experience that many people, other reasons, I hope I have not disconnected my internet. Can you still hear me? Okay, I believe you can.
Yes, you can.
Okay, fantastic. So can I quickly say this? Please follow my thought. I've said that Tantis Romeo is that type of marriage where somebody is in need for love and they are in need so that they can build for the future, but the other person is in need for a more nefarious reason. Let's put it that way. Under false, there's something else they are hiding. Sometimes that person is just a passport for them to relocate, or just status. Sometimes it's just money. They just need, so this person has money. They can see all kinds of issues in a relationship. They know that the relationship may not really work, but at least he has money. And sometimes it's children. I've seen women, and that is happening a lot now, who have asked me, Pastor, I'm not interested in marriage, but I want to have children. That's another webinar on its own. I'm not going to get into it. But some of these people, they go look for somebody to marry not because they want marriage, but because they just want an opportunity to have a child. So they are not in it for love. They are not in it for to be together. There's something else that they want. Now, I'm now saying that there are a lot of marriages that are found that people entered into and they themselves thought that they are in need for love. But when they come in for counseling and we skillfully try to help them to unearth the purpose for why they got into marriage, then things begin to show up and they themselves begin to find out that I actually married this person because of their money. I thought that I was in love, but looking deep into my heart from the kind of skillful conversations that we have with them in counseling is now showing up that many people thought they marry for love, but they actually marry for something else. And some people marry because they love marriage, not because they love the man or they love the woman. They just love the decision of marriage. They just love the idea of the marriage, not that they love the other person. And it's showing up. But that's another conversation. Let's continue on Tantis Romeo. So this kind of relationship tends towards abuse once the ulterior motive is fulfilled. That's what happens. Once the person who is looking for something else gets what they are looking for, abuse ensues because they are no longer interested in that marriage. They can misbehave anyhow they like. They can they don't have any reason to cooperate with the other person. And a lot of people, this relocation thing that people are doing, we need to be careful. Relocation is good, purposeful when it's good when it's purposeful and you are doing it with the right person. A lot of people have gotten their fingers burned in through relocation. Because when you are in a transit relationship and the other person gets the passport that they need to get the status or the papers that they need to get, the next thing they are looking for is how to evict you from their house because you become an inconvenience to them, and that is showing up a lot now. So that relationship then tends towards abuse. I know a lot of men who have, especially that UK, I know a lot of men who have lost their family, lost their home, lost the house that they themselves bought. And some of them, they just find a way to relocate to Nigeria quietly and abandon the place for them because the woman has called police on them and they be chased out of their own house. Because the system in UK, overly tries to correct the tendency to abuse children, and therefore they put men, in a very, very serious situation. So deceit and placating abounds in Tantis Romeo relationship. A lot of deceit, a lot of play acting. There's not placating now, play acting. A lot of play acting abounds. Who just going through the emotion and all that. Their heart is really not there. One partner becomes a prisoner of love. That's what happens. They become a personal business. You find that you are the only one in that marriage. You are the only one trying to make the marriage work, and then the other person uses that against you, and they force you to do anything that they want you to do. One partner actively participates while there is limited participation from the other partner. Number 6, it is characterized by pseudo love at inception, but grows into frequent unstable emotional manifestation and anger outbursts later. So that is that with Tantis Romeo. What are the features? Desperation to marry. Those are the reasons why people fall into Tantis Romeo relationship. Desperation to marry. I just want to marry. My parents are chasing me. All my friends are married. Physical, emotional, or financial dependency can also lead to Tantis Romeo relationship. Desperation for love and emotional support. Desperation to leave home. Some people were abused by their parents. Some people don't even have parents. They are living in a kind of situation where that was very, very inconvenient and a lot of difficulties that they are going through. So the next person that gives them an opportunity to leave their family or leave their home, they jump at it. Number 5, chronic deprivation of love, money, family, etc. can lead to Tantis Romeo relationship. Tantis Romeo relationship happens a lot to people who go into marriage trying to use marriage to fill the void that is in their life. And marriage was not designed for that. Anyway, celebrities. This is the third kind of default marriage. We call them celebrities. So this one is an all-star relationship where each partner only think about their status, rights, and privileges. That's the feature of celebrity marriage. Everybody is in it to get. Nobody is in it to give. Everybody is in it to, so that the other person can serve me. Everybody is in it believing that you are even privileged to be married to me. Everybody's in it thinking that I'm a trophy. You have to treat me, like you are blessed to have me in your life. And the two people are in it not to give, or to get. So everybody's thinking about their status, their rights, their privileges. You cannot treat me that way. I'm the one that will do these things. Oh my, I've seen things. I have seen things. Oh my, I've seen things. I have a pastor friend, for instance, who was telling me how every time they have a fight, his wife would tell him, you know what, I'll go and disgrace you in church. Just imagine. No, no, guys. No, 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 no. I'm all of this. One, if there's anything you must be hearing from everything that I'm saying right now, is that you must do whatever work that is required to be done to design the marriage of your dream. You must intentionally don't go on assumption. Relationships they fall into default mode when people go into relationship based on assumption. I've seen all kinds of things. All kinds. I've seen a situation where the wife of a pastor was telling the pastor who to appoint in some positions, and was telling him, if you before you make those appointments, I must approve it. That's the wife telling the husband. The husband is the pastor, and she's the one dictating to that man what appointments must be made in the church. Just because I'm a wife, I must be able to. I must, you can't tell me anything. I'm the one that will tell you how things be done. All kinds of things. Let's move on. Number 2, both partners focus primarily on how to get the other partner to meet their need. Number 3, both parties have their individual agenda and are free to do whatever they like without any recourse to the other person. So it's an individual marriage. There's nothing about joint agenda. I'm free to do. I'm a free agent. All these freedom fighters. I'm a free agent. I'm a moral being. I'm a this. You cannot impinge on my freedom and all of that. My fundamental is my fundamental human right and all that. And therefore, they do things. The husband can just appear in the house and find that all the furnitures have been changed. The wife can just appear in the house one day and find out that there's a new house girl that the husband has hired. So people just do things based on the individual agenda, and they feel that they have no recourse to the other person. That's what ensues and it becomes a competition where we're trying to outdo each other. Because okay, so you think you can just change the furniture without telling me? I'll be okay. You just come back the following day and find out that all the doors in the house are gone. We've changed the locks, and it becomes a competition. And that's what's going on in a lot of marriages. That's what we call the celebrities marriage. Nobody is humble enough to serve the other person. The relationship is characterized by blame game and power play. The blame game and power play. Some of these people, if you see them on Instagram, oh my God, they are uncle. The way they are kissing, the way they are hugging. Oh Jesus, you look at that and say, I want these people to mentor me. Oh my God. See, guys, don't use Instagram to judge which marriage is working, which marriage is not working. No. You are going to make a lot of assumptions. I don't have time for stories. I can tell you a billion stories that even me are falling prey to as a pastor. I went to somebody's house many, many years ago, and we were having, fellowship in their house. They just got married and all of that. And I started telling the man, sir, all of us were young. Was I married? I wasn't married at the time. Most of us in the fellowship were young. I mean, this one, the couple were a little bit older than all of us, married for about 3 or 4 years themselves. So I approached the man and said, sir, how can you mentor us in marriage? We can see how this family is working and all of that. Can you please mentor us? We can organize some classes so that you can share with all of us. The man laughed. He said, who told you that this marriage is working? We just had that conversation and we left. It was later on that I was getting feedback on the things that were happening. As at the time I was telling him to come and mentor us, that marriage was hanging by the thread. The marriage eventually broke up. They were, broke up, permanent broke up. Till today, they were not together, and they had a child. And me, I was there, foolish me, asking them to come and mentor me. Don't judge by what you're. If a couple has not sat you down to tell you what is happening in their marriage, you don't know what is happening in that marriage. Just take it from me. Let's move on. So, what leads to celebrity marriage? Entitled upbringing. Some people have been raised in a manner that everybody serves there. So they believe that when they get married as well, it has to be the same thing. Entitled upbringing leads to celebrity marriage. Please don't marry anybody who doesn't have a track record of serving. Serving not for money or for anything, just serving people for the sake of serving people. Don't marry anybody who has not demonstrated that track record. For some people, they are entitled. That's the way they've been up. That's the way they've been brought up. They've never been in a situation where they are meant to serve others without expecting being given something back. So when they come into your life, you become the next servant. Competitive personality traits can also lead to celebrity. Some people, collaboration is just not in their bone. They are competitive by nature. Some people, it's just part of their personality, and they need to be aware of it. And those are some of the things that are going to be unpacking later on. That will probably be tomorrow. What is your personality? What are your tendencies? What are the tendencies in your personality? And these things can be, if you don't have the right, they don't show up on the surface. If they don't show up on the surface, that's why people get married. The same person that you kissed and said and walked to the altar and you were smiling sheepishly to everybody, we love ourselves. Oh, I will die for you. I will. And then you start hearing, he's a stupid person. He's a foolish man. He's a wicked being. And you're like, what changed? He's still the same human being. What happened? A lot of time is because there are things on the surface. People made a lot of decisions based on things on the surface, and because they did not have the right tool that can unearth things that are behind the scene, so that they can be dealt with and so that people can make informed choices. All right, there are personalities that competitiveness is just in their nature, and they have to be aware of it, because if they bring that into marriage without proper, tools to help them, they might find that they are sabotaging their marriage. Achievement-driven individuals can also lead to celebrity marriage. Some people, all they care about is their career and how they're going to rise, how they're going to earn money, how they're going to buy the latest car, how they're going to become 30 under the top 30 under 30, all those kind of things. That's what their life is about. When you meet such people, you have to understand what is going on. They are not necessarily bad people, but that's exactly why you need to design marriage of your dream, because it's in that design that will show up, and will then know that there is this tendency, and the person will be able to have the conversation that they need to have with themselves, so that they know that it's not when we start running that we'll now start having all of these issues. They can be dealt with before we start going on the journey. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. A lot of time I meet single people, and maybe they want to come in for counseling. Now, I'm also a pastor, so my church, gives very, very robust marital counseling. It's 14 weeks. Sometimes some single people, when they hear 14 weeks, they say, a lot of ladies have told me, they say, my own boyfriend does not have that kind of time. He works in a company, he works in banking, he's a consultant, he's a miracle worker, he's the next Jesus, he's all of that. You know what I tell them? Please break up with him, go and look for somebody else. Anybody that is too busy to engage proper premarital counseling is too busy to be married. That's what I tell them. Please break up with him, go and look for somebody else. This person, he does not even have the time to prepare for the marriage. How will he have the time for the marriage? For whatever reason he is too busy to engage a proper premarital counseling, he's too busy for marriage. So go and break. That's what I tell them. So achievement-driven individuals. Some people don't have family values. Just the idea of family, they get into it, and when they get to a certain age, it's part of what they want to add to their achievement. It's not something that they are actually interested in as such. And when you marry such people, trust me, you've married a celebrity. You are going to be the one to serve them. Because marriage will require that you will go out and become the superstar. Everybody will celebrate and all that. And when you come into your house, you put all the celebrity gown, you have to hang it and become a servant. That's how marriage works for both man and woman. That's how marriage. Some of you, if you see me in my house, you won't even believe the kind of things I do in my house. But I do it without blinking, without anybody looking at me. It's my family. So that's how marriage works. So arranged relationship can also lead to celebrity marriage, because in an arranged relationship, the parties believe that they are like a trophy. Somebody say, I have this, my friend is a wonderful girl. You guys should meet and talk and all of that. The tendency for that person is to be thinking, okay, let me check him out. Is he good enough for me? And the other person is doing the same. Let me check her out. Is she good enough for me? And both parties come into that relationship thinking that I'm the prize that you have won, and I'm like a trophy that you have won, and therefore you just place me somewhere and you are cleaning me up and all of that. That's not how marriage works. When people have had to do minimal work to get into that kind of to get into that marriage, sometimes it leads to a celebrity marriage because they just believe that I'm a prize. The last but not the least, the brethren. This one is very interesting. Of course, I know that most people in this room are Christians, and this addresses you guys directly. But first of all, a disclaimer, like I said, I'm also a pastor. This is not an attack on Christianity. It will never happen in my life that I will attack anything Christianity. But there are certain interpretations that people have embraced that has led to the breakup and the destruction of their marriage. So let's unpack it. The brethren, both parties really want to stay together because of their faith, but they lack what it takes. They lack what it takes, but they just use the glue of God hate divorce. That's the glue that is holding that marriage together. If God did not hate divorce, and that glue is not good enough, God hate divorce, or church members must not hear. That is the glue that is holding that marriage together. And they feel that as long as we are both Christian, nobody must divorce. And they believe that the idea that it is wrong for a believer to divorce is good enough to hold a marriage together. So they lack what it takes to stay together, but they just stick it around. You just stick it together anyhow because of their faith. There is a display of perfection outside, but there's a lot of struggles inside. Why? Because religion is about making an appearance. Oh my God. I don't want to get into that. I don't have time for a lot of drama. Let me focus. But trust me, what a lot of people are calling Christianity is just making an appearance. It's just putting together a form of godliness. See, if you want to start a church today, it's very simple. Go and look for all those suits. There's a kind of suit that pastors wear now. Go and gather people that can play music very well. Look for one hall that can put AC there, nice seat and all of that. Borrow some lingua. You don't need to know so much Bible. Trust me, you will have a church. Your church may even be the most popular church in town. And because it's just about play acting. And that is what is happening in a lot of marriages. So there's a display of perfection. We must come together to church. We must serve the Lord together. We must wear anchor and all that. But there is struggle inside. Number 3, they live together as housemates, but they are emotionally distant. One partner is married to the children and the house, while the other is lonely and stays away at every opportunity. Those are features of the brethren. They no longer enjoy each other's company, but they stay together because of what people will say. They have no social life as religion activities has replaced friendship and bonding. What we are talking about here is using the appearance of Christianity to patch what is not working. We are talking about someone who has cancer, but they are using the bandage of Christianity to package that leg and to make it look like it's working. If they don't have the bandage, everybody will know that there's problem here, and they themselves will not be able to hide. So instead of bandaging cancer, they'll be forced to go to the hospital and go and take proper treatment. But no, they must not hear. So religion becomes like a walking stick that just makes sure that at least it looks like we are walking. That's what a walking stick is. So as long as that walking stick is there, the leg that needs to be healed, nobody will talk about that. Everybody just behave as if it's not there. Everybody's walking, me too, I'm walking. Meanwhile, it's just because of that walking stick. So somebody needs to collect that walking stick from that person so that they can affirm the fact that this leg is not working and go for treatment. That's what's happening in a lot of marriages. They no longer enjoy. Hey, see, guys. Oh, let me tell you. I'm being careful because this is being recorded, and I know, and I'm going to share it with you. So I'm being careful. There are a whole lot of stories that I just can't share. But I've seen the situation, for instance, where 2 people were divorced for many, many years, and the 2 of them were in the same choir in church, and they were divorced. I'm talking for decades now, almost about more than 20 years divorced, and they were still ministering in that same choir in that church. And and they don't talk to each other. So it's not that harmonious divorce. They don't talk to each other for decades. In fact, if one of them fell ill, it is other choir members that will be aware. The other person will not be aware and will not visit or call or do anything. It's other choir member, and they are both serving in that same choir, and they don't talk to each other. and they are in that choir for decades, at least 20 years. This is for real. This is not a story they told me. These are people that I know. So you see how religious package. So they no longer enjoy each other's company, but they stay together because of what people say. They have no social life as religious activities have replaced friendship. If you are in that situation right now, that if they take church out of the conversation in your house, your house will fall silent. You are probably in the brethren. Your marriage is probably the brethren. Their time and conversations are dominated by their religious interest and not their vision and interest. It's about what pastor said. Oh, that program. Oh, that event. Oh, that service. Oh, this and that. That's all. That's all the bonding that happens in their family. And that's no bonding at all. Nobody knows what the other person's interests are. Nobody knows what the other person's visions are about. Not all of that is not being discussed. What causes is religious overcommitment. Remember, I said I'm a pastor. Religious over you alone, you are in 5 different units in church. You spend all your time, all your spare time is spent on church activity. No time for family. It's not good for you. Even God will frown at you. Religious overcommitment can lead to that because you need time to bond with your family. It's called marriage. Is a relationship. There has to be proper time that is allocated to all of that. Lack of adequate preparation for marriage. This also leads to, oh my God. I was speaking to one of my friends recently who his wife has told him that he's no longer doing. So I asked him, what kind of marital counseling did you guys have? And my friend told me, said, we had some kind of thing, but I just believe since we have the Holy Spirit, since we both have the Holy Spirit, we are both children of God. Oh, I felt like crying. I felt like crying because that marriage is on the brink right now. Did somebody say I should cry? It's sad. It's really, really sad because I'm talking about wonderful people, great, wonderful people, children of God. Lack of adequate preparation for marriage. People think, I know the Bible. Man must submit. I'm sorry, woman must submit. Man must love. In Jesus' name, amen. That's his preparation for marriage. Oh, jeez. Assumption of perfection due to imbalanced religious beliefs. Let me just move on because I'm very conscious of time. But there's a lot of assumption. I tell people, for instance, and some people may struggle to take this. Just listen to me. If you don't understand it, put it in your left pocket and revisit it. If you use the Bible to say, why did you speak to me like that? You cannot talk to me like that. Even the Bible said, there are instances where that can apply, but in a lot of instances, it can't apply. Let me tell you why. There is no single human being on this planet who can claim to live 100% based on the word of God. That human being does not exist. It is wrong expectation management for you to expect that your spouse will live according to the word of God 100% all the time. If you go into marriage with that expectation, you have set yourself up for disappointment because you are simply looking for another Jesus, and there has never been any other Jesus. The last Jesus that we had, he was crucified and he has risen up and he has gone to heaven. There will not be another Jesus. So the person you marry, when you have the Bible is a standard. You must understand that there will be gap between that person and the Bible. So if you use the Bible to slam the person and you base your expectation of the fact that, hey, are we not children of God? Don't you know that the Bible said, maybe the person also even quotes the Bible. And you think because of that, or the person is a pastor, and you think because of that, you can use the Bible as the basis for your expectation of what you will get from your spouse in your marriage. Please, please, please leave that person, go and marry Jesus. Because you are working based on assumption, and it creates a serious imbalance. It creates wrong expectation, and it just sets you up for a lot of disappointment. And let me say this: what kills a lot of marriages are not the issues that they are facing. It is the distance between the issues that they are facing and the expectations that they've set for themselves that is causing a lot of trouble for many marriages. You go into marriage expecting my spouse, even if they are not 10 over 10, they are 9.9 over 10. And then you find that your spouse is maybe 7. And because they are not measuring up to that, your 9.9, you are shattered, you are disappointed, you are sad, you are always hungry, you are always thinking, how is my life like this? Is this marriage? Meanwhile, there is someone out there who is more realistic and more matured and more balanced in their expectation. And they told themselves, based on what I know of this person, based on this person's upbringing, based on their background, and based on my interaction with this person, these are the areas where I know that this person is still struggling. These are the areas where I know that this person still needs to grow. And therefore, I will set my expectation at maybe 6/10. And then they get into that marriage and they find out that the person is maybe even 6.5. Of course, 6.5 is lower than your 7, but guess what? They'll be happier in that marriage than you. Wrong expectation. Everybody can grow. That's the truth. But once there's a lot of gap between your expectation and the reality of your marriage, you have set yourself up for a lot of disappointment that will make growth very difficult. Let me come back. The brethren. Number 4. Please, if I'm making any sense to you, we've spoken for about almost an hour now. Please, I want to get some feedback. Tell me I hear. I want to just see your chats, or whether it's emoji you want to use and all of that. I just want to know that I'm not just speaking to the screen, that this is touching somebody's life and making a difference for you. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Moving on. Unhealthy association due to religious perception. Number 5, healthy religiosity over loving spirituality. What people call spirituality is not spirituality. It is not spirituality. It's just religion. But let's move on. So those are the 4 default marriages that people will have when they have not done the work to design the marriage of their dream. Which of these describes your marriage? Which of these describes your marriage? You may want to type it if you feel you want to do that, but this may also just be something that you want to think carefully about to locate where you are. Now, so let's now talk about solution. All of that is just for you to understand, the kind of marriages that people will likely have and the kind of issues that comes with those marriages. Let's talk about solutions. So what I have to offer, the curriculum that I run with couples, is what is called Couples Compass. And trust me, Couples Compass is the ultimate marriage hack. See, when I started off in marriage coaching, I told myself, I'm not looking for publicity. I'm not looking to, be speaking everywhere and they're inviting you to speak and all that. Because let me not even go there. There are a lot of things that people are saying and people are clapping for them. And some of those things are destroying many marriages. See, let me put it to you this way. If marriage ideas that are popular, if they are as true as people make them to be, why are we not all having great marriage? If the solution to marriage is such a commonplace thing, as popular as there are so many popular, let me just give you a random example. Some people say, oh, if you want to have a good marriage, yourself and your spouse, make sure you kiss for 20 seconds every day. Every time you wake up, just make sure you kiss for 20 seconds. If you kiss for 20 seconds, some hormones will be released, and then your marriage will be perfect. I like kissing for 20 seconds. It's good to kiss for 20 seconds, but trust me, I wish it's that simple. Some people will say, oh, the way to a man's heart is to empty his ball and fill his stomach. You know what I mean by empty his ball? It's not everything that they say in black and white. And fill his stomach with food. Feed his belly with food and empty his balls with, physical intimacy. And once you do that, your marriage will be perfect. I wish. So a lot of quotable quotes about marriage. And that is part of the problem. Because there are many people who came into marriage with quotable quotes. And they think because they have amassed so many quotable quotes, they're going to have a great marriage. But trust me, it doesn't work that way. If all the quotable quotes are as effective as people make them to look, why aren't we all having great marriage? Why is it that a majority of the people in marriage are struggling? Most of the people are struggling. So So I told myself, until I find a solution that can deliver transformation, not just something that people will clap for or something that can go viral or anything, I am not doing. So it was a serious search for me. I'm not interested in just being popular. I'm interested in delivering value. There's a couple I counsel. I took them through Couples Compass earlier this year, and they told me, in fact, it was not even, it was even their pastor, because by the time we were done, after about 14 sessions that I had with them, by the time we were done, their pastor called me to thank me because they had become the project. They are in US. They had become the project for their community. All their pastors, counsel and counseled. Everybody is tired. Their family members. In fact, even up till now, their family members are still fighting on top of their own issue. Even though they themselves they have resolved their own issue. But the fight that they caused among their family members is still going on up till as I'm speaking to you. So it was a major issue for headache for everybody. So when I worked with them for 14 weeks, and they were absolutely transformed. The apostle couldn't believe it. She called me from US, and she was thanking me profusely and all of that. And she was sharing with me how what so what I want to say. So she then told me that when someone recommended me and they went on my page and they saw the number of followers that I had, they told themselves, no, it's not this kind of person we are looking for. Let's go after some of these people that have millions of followers and all that. This person is too small. The person, I don't think this person knows what they're saying. They don't even have plenty of followers. So they went to some of the big names in the industry. If I call some of the names, all of you know some of the big names in the marriage industry. But the kind of charges that they got from those people sent them back to me. And that was why they worked with me. And so they were surprised that they could get that kind of value and all that. So I told myself, I'm not looking for, I have my day job of pastoring. This is something else that I'm doing. I don't have the time to just be jumping around and all that. But if I sit with a spouse, with a couple, if there's only one couple I want to sit with in 1 year, I want to see real transformation. And until I find a solution that can deliver real transformation, I'm not doing. And that's why, honestly speaking, this year is the first year that I'm going to be launching a paid program publicly. I have never, apart from maybe releasing some courses and all of that, but calling people to a group course, which I'm going to talk about, I've never done it. In fact, last year was the first time that I'm even bringing out online courses and books and all of that. So, and I've been in this game at least professionally since 2019. So for the first 5 years, it was about proving what I have. First of all, applying it to myself and then helping a whole lot of people without any noise and all of that. And now I can tell you for free that I found something that really, really, really works. Now there's a testimonial that I'm going to play very shortly of a couple that I work with and the transformation that they got, so that it's not me hyping myself. All right. So Couples Compass is a leading marriage coaching program founded on decades of research by renowned relationship experts. So the curriculum was not something I developed from scratch. It was taken from the training that I got, and even in that training, it was developed on the background of other works that other experts have done. So we talk about people like Chris Owe, who I trained under directly, and Professor Carrie Cassie, that's the name of that professor, and a lot of other people who have done researches. So it's not just something random that I just sat down and put together. No. It was built on the foundation of generations of works that have been done by experts and researchers in the field. So, and it has been used not just only by myself, but other people in my network. And the result rate right now is about 95% success. And we measure it. It's not just something that we just use mouth to say. It's measured. When you come into the program, we take we take your marital assessment at the beginning of the program, and then 6 months after implementing the program, we take another assessment. And before and after shows a 95% success rate. What is Couples Compass? So I personally use this program to guide over 100 couples, including some on the brink of divorce. There are at least 3, maybe 4 actually, 4 couples right now that came into my catering and they told me point blank, Pastor, I've already spoken to lawyers. So this is not just I'm thinking about, they have already spoken to lawyers and I'm going ahead. Somebody just said I should come to see as a last resort to see what you can do. And all 4 marriages up to today, they are doing well. I was still with one of them and I saw them holding hands, laughing together. I was just shaking my head. I was just shaking my because I know where things were when we started back there. But to the glory of God, we were able to use this program to engineer that transformation. So who should take this course? Extending couples getting ready for marriage. This is perfect for you. If you are serious as singles and you want a professional marriage counseling program, this is the program you are looking for. Of course, married people who wants to relay a solid foundation for their marriage. You want to build a foundation for the kind of marriage that is loving and divorce proof. This is what you are looking for. This program is also perfect for busy, high impact individuals who desire a systematic approach for running their marriage. It's perfect for you. You are not a traditional man or traditional woman. You are systematic. You want something that works within the reality of your context. Because sometimes people are borrowing tools and tips that were used 50 years ago, and the world is not where we are right now. And they are wondering, why did it work for our parents? Why is it not working for us? Because you and your parents are not in the same world. So it's not going to work. So couples who are contemplating separation but wants to give their marriage one final chance, this program will be perfect for you. And also marriage counselors. This program is also perfect for marriage counselors. Professional. So what are the impact promises? This program will give you tools for building a 21st century compliant marriage. Tools for building a 21st century compliant marriage, where you're not doing marriage just from random traditional mindset. There is something that is compliant with the current reality that we all face. This program will help you to develop your family governance structure, your family vision, your family values, your family agenda policy. I'm going to walk you through a process where you will create all of that. A marriage is a new nation. A marriage is a new nation. Two people, man and woman, have come together to create a totally new nation. And if you come into any nation, the nations that are thriving today are the nations that have clear visions and identity and policies as well. I'm going to guide you through all of that. And I'm going to show you how I've used some of these things even in my own marriage as well. Healing from past traumas and self-sabotaging habits. This one is massive. This is one of the impact that this program is going to have for you. It's going to help you to heal from past trauma. See, there are things that counseling can do. There are things that is only healing that can do them. You can't counsel people out of things that are, hiding behind the surface. I got into therapy. When I started out, I wasn't interested in therapy, but I was forced to get into therapy because I confronted situations where people have been sermonized and sermonized and sermonized and counseled, and it's not working. And by the time we dug deep, we found that there are what you call puppet masters that are running behind the scene and are sabotaging that, the marriage. It's a case of what I want, the good I want to do, I can't do. The evil that I don't want to do, that's what I find myself doing. That's where a whole lot of people are. They really, really, really want to be great husband, want to be great wife, but there are things running behind the scene that needs to be dealt with. So we're going to deal with that as well. So a full therapy session is actually part of the entire program. An in-depth understanding of your spouse using Oyela, User's Manual, and other professional tools. I've spoken a bit about that. We're going to end recurring arguments in your marriage by managing your cultural compatibility gap. Those are also subliminal issues that a lot of people are not aware. Most marriages will tell you that there are things that we are always arguing about. Some is money, some is sex, some is parenting, a whole lot of things that every time we have an argument, we just ensue. Sometimes it's just because there's a cultural compatibility gap that we have not even engaged, we have never discussed it, and we need to manage it. And once you're able to manage it, I come into counseling and I hear some fights and some arguments that people are having, and I'm like, I can't, up my 13 years, almost all my entire year in marriage, I can't recall me and my wife having to even discuss some of these things. Where are these things coming from? Sometimes there are cultural compatibility gaps that have not been properly managed. And through this program, I'm going to give a lot of access to videos and what have you. And through this program, you are going to move your marriage to bliss. Bliss is part of the there's a what's it called now? There's a rank, for marriage. So when you take the marital assessment, which you are going to take at the beginning, it will tell you where your relationship or your marriage is. And then you take the assessment again 6 months after implementing all that you have learned in the program. And the promise is that as at that time, your marriage will move to the highest level, which is called bliss. That is, of course, if you if you go through the program properly and you implement all that you have been given. What Couples Compass is not, this is also very important to know what this program is not. One, it's not an attempt to fish out the person to blame. You know, those kinds. A lot of people run away from counseling, men especially, because they're always afraid that, oh, the counselor will now point the finger at them. Oh, you are the problem in this marriage. And sometimes people come into my counseling room and they are so disappointed that I'm not playing that game. They want me to join them to blame the other person, to tell you, "Ah, you are the problem. Go and change. Why are you doing this?" That's that is dealing with symptoms. That is just dealing with symptoms. All of that is dealing with symptoms. And a lot of time you even lose faith with people and people will close up and you're not going to get any change at all. But there are tools to make these things happen. And that's why you need professionals. You need well-trained and competent professionals. It's not everybody. Sometimes just that free counseling that you get from church will not suffice. That's the truth. That free counseling that we get in church is good because it does help a bit. But there are many situations where that will not suffice. You need to go and pay money and get proper counseling so that people can use the tools that can engineer the transformation. What's the point? We've taken all of these answers and still nothing has changed. What's the point? So it's also not, Couples Compass is also not a one-size-fits-all approach to marriage. Marriages are as different as people are different. And we all know it, that God never used mass production when creating human beings. It's not copy and paste. Every person was created as a masterpiece. Everyone is divinely unique. And to that extent, the approach that will work from one marriage to another will necessarily be different, which is why we talk about you designing the marriage of your dream. Is you that will design the marriage of your dream. And what this program will do is to give you the understanding, the system intelligence, the tools, and the frameworks and all of that you need to actually design what works for you and your spouse uniquely. A religious approach to marriage. So Couples Compass is not a religious approach to marriage. I'm a pastor, but this program is not a Christian program. It's a professional program. So an atheist can come in, a Muslim can come in, anyone can come in because it's not religious at all. It's not, let us open our Bibles. We can use Bible as reference because there is a whole lot of understanding here that correlates with the Bible. But trust me, it's not a religious approach to marriage. It's not a Christian program. It's not. It's professional, right? And then the fourth one is not a series of marriage sermons or lectures. It's not about you. I'm not here to preach messages or sermonize you. Oh yeah, let's talk about communication. And when you want to communicate, you must say this, not fa. You can get that is commonplace. You can get that elsewhere. We are not here to do what everybody else is doing. You can get that elsewhere. Today, let's now talk about conflict management. So conflict management is this. We are not into all of that. We are building a system here. We are building a system here using time-tested professional tools. And tomorrow I'm going to dig a lot more into all of that. So you're going to be able to see how some of these things work. Okay. So this is what the curriculum, the framework of the curriculum looks like. So we call it the 11 players of a winning marriage. So these 11 players, I'm going to show you how they are distributed. But first and foremost, we start with these 3 parts. The whole program is broken into 3 parts: healthy spouses, happiness strategy, and harmony sustenance. People of God, for the first 4 sessions of this program, we're not even going to talk about marriage. Because there is nothing called marital problem. All we have are 1 or 2 disempowered adults. It is when those 2 adults are empowered that they can build a happy marriage. So there's nothing wrong with marriage. It's the individuals in the marriage. So the first 4 sessions is focused on re-engineering the foundation of who we are as individuals. I hate to break it to you, men and brethren. There are people that are unmarriageable. I'm being very honest with you. There are people that are unmarriageable. Marriage is like football. How can you say I'm a star player, but you are injured? Or maybe one leg has even been amputated and you want to play football. You are just not fit to play until you go and get a miracle to fix that leg. That's where a lot of people are. And there are a lot of people who are in marriages already. And they are trying to play football and one leg has already been amputated. So we must fix that first. So the first 4 sessions is about re-engineering the foundation of who we are as individuals. That's why we call it healthy spouses. Then the second part, which we call happiness strategy, that is when we begin to we lay a solid foundation for the marriage. That is where we begin to work on building the solid foundation for the marriage itself. And the last part, which is harmony sustenance, is about mastery of power rituals that will keep us strong in every weather. See, it's one thing to know the truth or to want to do good. It's another thing to have the kind of environment and the kind of right, rituals that powers you to do the right thing. That's the truth. And there are some simple rituals, very simple rituals that are enormously powerful in ensuring that we are strong in every weather. We can't. It's okay to come for marriage. Sometimes we have marriage events and we sing love songs. People are kissing and dancing and all of that. And all of that excitement will last for 1 week or maybe even 1 day. Like they say, everybody has a plan until they land a blow on their head. So, but what do we need to do and what rituals do we need to engage in order to be strong in every weather? Extremely important. Extremely important. That's what the last part is. So these are the curriculums. Tree of Life. You may not even understand what some of these things mean, but don't worry. When we get tomorrow, we're going to delve into that. I want to quickly play the video of the testimony that one couple gave, and then we're going to wrap up tonight on that. The video is just about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to take question and answer, and we'll wrap up for tonight. But basically, this is what the curriculum looks like. These are the 11 players: Tree of Life, Love Articulation, Healing Therapy, Fitness Check, and then under Happiness Strategy, you have Purpose, Understanding. Understanding is massive. We're going to spend a whole lot of time under understanding because 99% of what issues that people are having is just based on misunderstanding. And that's why we're going to get into understanding. And then we'll talk about family vision and values and all of that. And then family policies, skill and personal development, team spirit, and then technical crew. So these are the 11 players of the winning marriage that we're going to be walking through. Okay. Instead of my story, I think it's better I play the video of the couple that gave a testimony. So I let me just play their story so that you can listen to it yourself, and then I'll come back to take question and answer as we wrap up for tonight. So please take a listen. Let me be sure that sound is going to be shared. I hope you can hear them. Can you hear them? Oh, no. Okay. Let me. Okay. I needed to share the.
Rain, and it was very messy. I'm a leader in my.
Hello everyone, good day from wherever you're watching all over the world. We're so glad to be
Is
here.
it
My
better
name is
now?
Boluwatiwi Odufuye, and beside me is my beautiful wife, Omotoyosi Odufuye, and we're here. Yeah, so let's start with where we were. Wow. I think that I would say that our marriage came about through a cesarean session. Like I normally tell people, it was not normal birth because the circumstance that surrounded when we're getting married and all of that was a very funny, very emotional and interesting one. But in the first year of our marriage, it was very messy. We kept on clashing. We had issues upon issues.
But it got to a point where family members had to intervene, and it was very messy. I'm a leader in my space. He is also a leader, and I at that point, our egos were clashing. So we were not able to manage it at some point, but.
It was very messy. Speaking about ego, I remember back then I used to tell my wife, I say, you're a very good leader, but you're a bad follower. We had different concepts, as to what leadership and followership should be in marriage, how we should be partners and all of that. So it kept on giving us issues. Then I think one of the mistakes we also made was that at the very early stage we involved too many people.
Into our lives.
friends,
Yes.
families, and all
Yes.
of that. And it got really, we've had situations where friends were very interesting, and also family members. Family members had to intervene, had our pastors, our parents,
Our mentors.
We became a case. If I got to a point, we became a special prayer where we were in a very, very bad place.
Very bad.
And come to think of it, firstborn daughter, firstborn son, leader.
Leader.
It was very messy, very interesting, but all thanks to God.
Serious one.
We had issues to the point where we normally tell people today, especially young couples, we tell them, said, if the issues that we had did not break us, there's nothing else that can break us. And it's not like we're exaggerating. We understand the fact that
We are not perfect. Not that we are not perfect, but
absolutely not. But we understand the fact that, like some people will say, they had a level, they had devils. Every stage in marriage has its own unique challenges. But the ones that we have seen, we are going on our third year now. The ones that we have seen, if it did not break us,
at all.
forget it.
At
It
all.
won't break us. So there was a very day we had a very serious fight, and you don't want to know what it
I
looked
had
like.
no choice. I had to call Pastor Shield. At that point, I joined the church, and I became like his younger sister because I loved him so. I love him. Not that I love him so
Still
much.
love him.
I still love him. So he took me as a sister, and I put a call through to him, and I told him everything that was happening then, and he invited us to his house, and we had a very, very long talk. In fact, in his presence, it was still messy.
It was still very messy, and I'm sure Pastor Shield must have been disappointed.
I mean,
What's
are
wrong
you
with
doing? You want to me?
We kept on arguing and all of that. I remember I got to a point in that meeting. I remember I got to a point where it felt like okay, everything was settling. Then I got angry again. I said
They
she
were
wants to
so
go.
vulnerable.
Yeah,
so
we
that
were
was
actually
when
very
he
vulnerable.
knew.
Yeah.
Okay, he has to come.
I remember saying that if she wants to go, she should go. I'm not even interested again. Blah 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 blah. And I think it was at that point that Pastor Shield knew that these people are my
If I don't
project.
come in,
Yeah. So I think that particular issue, got resolved a bit, not
yes.
entirely, because I still had something in my
Yeah.
mind. I still wanted
and
to
he's the kind
clear.
of person that if he has any issue with someone and he has not expressed himself, he has not said anything, it will still be in his heart until
We're able to
expresses
sit
and
down
settle
and
everything.
talk it out and all of that. So it felt like the storm was still, but it was still raging, not like, but it was still raging a little bit. And then Pastor Shem decided to say that, okay, you guys, I want to gift you something very important. And I remember specifically that he told us how much it charges.
So I call him Danny.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah,
As in,
$1,000. It was a $1,000
it was the one
course.
as in we
And
got it for free.
Yeah, at that time it was a $1,000 course. I know that a lot of people are getting it way cheap
Way
now.
cheap, yes.
So please, if you are getting it way cheap now, please appreciate it. That course is a $1,000
It's a
course.
$1,000, and we are using this medium to say thank you so much, Pastor Shim.
Thank you
God
so much.
bless you.
Yeah. So we're talking about some of the things that happened during the course and how it shaped us.
So during the course, we had a 12-week long course.
Yeah.
Of course, $1,000 is not cheap.
You cannot waste
At all.
$1,000.
So, and we're very intentional because it was a big deal for us. We always, I think we had it around like 7 to 8 or 8:30.
Yeah, it was always in the evening.
Sometimes maybe till 9. So it was a big thing for us. And again, all thanks to Pastor Shio for giving us that time, or out of his time. Yes.
In fact, it got to points where me, I was feeling I'm going to use 12 weeks. Our problem is that much. But it was a very interesting time, and there were many tools that he used to help us understand a lot of things. I remember the Tree of Life where we identified possible traumas from the past.
And my love, a lot of people, that course really helped us.
She's calling me my love. She's my love.
So I realized that some of us, we have a lot of baggages from our past, and we still carry it on to this present relationship that we have, or maybe our marriage, and this will affect you no matter what. So these are one of the things that we learned during the course, and watch out for that too.
I remember a particular session where Pastor Sean treated the trauma, where we're asked to take an exercise, write down a couple of things.
And you have to do it.
Yeah, and my wife was crying. For me, I think that I remember very well that during that trauma session, there was not really much of trauma for me, even though for me it was not really about my traumas and all that. It was more about what was happening now. How to settle scores now. That's what I felt before. But eventually I got to realize that some of the ways that we behave, some of the things we do as a result of the baggages that were brought from before we got married, from our tender age, growing up, teenage, and all of that into
because it won't pick it from the surface. It's going to start from the foundation.
Yeah. And if there's anything anybody needs to know is, by the time you get into that part of the training, please pay attention, because there are several things that you don't even know that is traumatic, that's been
Yes.
traumatizing you,
Yes.
that you get to discover.
Yes.
Yeah, we
I
also
agree with that.
we also talked about the Oyala personality test,
Oh my God.
where we get to know about each other's personality.
Personality. Yeah.
So before then, for me, growing up, I've always been a reader. I read books, books on temperaments, why you act the way you do,
Yes.
writing lie and all of that. Growing up as a teenager, we used to listen to Bishop David Oyedepo and a lot of people, and you know how they say that you have to read books. So I was virtually a reader. In fact, then I used to read one book every month. So in a year, I must have read 12 books. And I felt like I had read a lot about marriage. I felt like I've read a lot, and I served in certain capacities that I thought I knew. When it's very tricky, it's not like you don't know, but it's different from knowing. There's a difference between knowing and when it's time to put what you have known into practice. So you know that a man should do this, a woman should do this, a woman should do that, a man should do that. But now you are in that field, you are now a player. It's now time for you to do it, and it becomes an issue. We also spoke about the belief assessments, and this one is very interesting because I realized that when we're doing this, some of our belief systems were not aligning
at all, because you have to score yourselves.
Yeah, I remember one in particular where we're asked about who should be. I think it was around being the breadwinner in the home and all of that. It was around finance. I can't remember precisely what it was. It was around finance, and I tipped that anybody. But my wife said that I should be. And these were conversations we had before we got married. But all of a sudden, now we are here and we realize that how come we have differences in all of these? And we also spoke about family visions and value systems and all of that.
In fact, to the littlest, like maybe cooking, cleaning the house, you talk about everything. For
anybody now, but I'm sure that whatever structure is being put in place, you will definitely find value in this course. We are a product of these classes, these lessons, and we are proud. We are proud. It got very messy. At some point, we even still had fights after the course.
But it got better.
Yeah, it got better, and yes, that takes us to where we are now. Yeah. So let's talk about where we are now. Where we are now. Oh Jesus.
Ayomi, I told you something. Was it last week Wednesday? I said, Ayomi, I think, not even think, I'm beginning to enjoy our marriage.
Yeah.
And he smiled. That was a big deal for us. That was what we were looking forward to. And this year we are clocking 3 years in September.
Yeah, 3 solid years. In fact, we should have written a book on marriage in our third month.
It was that bad. But I'm glad that we are here. We are not perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've moved from 5% to 75%. I'll say that.
Absolutely. I must say that anyone who comes across this training, is blessed already.
Yes. And we did something in January. We did like an evaluation test.
Yeah.
Where we asked ourselves questions. What am I doing? What am I doing that you love most? What are you
These are some of the things that we picked up from the class.
From the class. So it's going to, this course is not just a one-time course, but a lifetime course that will help and change your mind, your life.
Pastor Sean, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Baba me.
Even though we still
is going to laugh.
Even though we still have to pay the $1,000 somewhere that we already planned.
Okay.
One of these days we just say, Pastor, I want you and Mama to come to Spain.
Yeah.
Just for the next 2 weeks and all that. We're getting there. We're going there.
On us, bills on us.
Yeah, bills on us. Fully funded trips. So like.
Of course, and you always say something that I should. You cut this place, so I want to remember. Thomas of me to she saying I should listen more. Yeah, converse on it.
Yeah, I will not cut it. I will leave it. We love you, sir.
We love you.
But I love my wife.
Please share this with anybody that would love to. The husband cannot wait. If you clean it.
Welcome back. That was Toyosi and Tiwi. One of the stories of transformation that I cherish. I walk around now and I run into people who tell me
it's because of you that I'm still married. It's just last week, or it was 2 weeks ago, someone still walked up to me and was telling me how all their friends are always asking them that, how are you guys doing it and all that. And honestly, I will not have, that alone is enough, is more than enough money for me. So, um, as we wrap up, I just want to quickly make an announcement as well, because tomorrow will be focused on these 11 players. I want to tell you exactly the juice inside these 11 players, so you have a vivid idea of the kind of impact that they're going to have on your marriage. And like I said, trust me, you've not seen any of this anywhere else. But I'm coming up with a program where we will be able to walk the journey practically together. And that program is called Marital Bliss Activation. Marital Bliss Activation. Um, the idea is for me to be able to walk everybody. Sorry, just a moment. It's So the idea is for me to not just talk about this program, because that's what these 2 days are able to do for me. I'm able to expose, the truth about some certain things to you in this 2-day workshop. But for us to be able to walk through the whole journey together, I'm putting together a group program, a group coaching program that will happen in, forgive me, I'm trying to move to the next slide. Yeah. And I'm offering some interesting discounts right away. So I just want you to please listen. So this program is called Marital Bliss Activation. It's going to be an intensive marriage coaching course for married and intending couples, where I will have the opportunity of hand-holding all of these couples through the whole process of creating the marriage of their dream using the Couples Compass curriculum. That's what we're going to do. And it's going to happen in April. Because like I said, there is just very high limitation to what we can do. And I've gotten to that stage where I'm now going on the front foot. Like I sent in an article in the group, was that yesterday, where because I'm now being called into marriage counseling that would have been saved if we had the chance to talk and go through this kind of program years ago. I mean, see, we and Toyosi, who shared just now in that video, there's a lot that they did not speak to. Of course, things that are very, very intimate in their relationship that I also cannot share with you, which is about the details of how bad things were. As at the time, they were just about a year married, and things were really, 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 really bad. I can't go into details, like I said, but trust me, there's almost zero chance that of their marriage making it if they did not engage a certain kind of intervention at that time. That's just the fact. That's just the fact, which is why they were able to share the way they shared. So this is the moment that I've been able to walk a whole lot of quite a number of people through the journey. But when I'm doing when I do it for a couple one-on-one, it's about 12, 14 weeks. That's the journey. And it's $1,000 that I charge. I charge $1,000 for that program. Like they said in that video, they are not even joking. That's what I still charge to walk couples through it one-on-one. And of course, that's the best approach. And we're able to delve into a whole lot of things. And it's just me and them in the room. And, the impact and the transformation is just powerful. But I recognize that not everybody will have that kind of amount to spare. I also can't charge any lower because it takes a lot of time for me as well, for my already very, very busy schedule. So I said, okay, how can we democratize this this opportunity so that a whole lot more people needs to be saved, a whole lot more marriages needs to be helped. And that's why I've brought up this program, Marital Bliss Activation, which is going to happen all Sundays in April. You can see the investment fee there, but there's a discount. But even there's an early bird discount. But even what the discount I even have for everybody listening to me right now is even better than the early bird discount. You can see the impact promise. Some of those things I've already shared in our session. So it's going to be 4 Sundays in April, but there will be live sessions, 2 hours every 2 hours for those 4 Sundays, which is 8 hours. But beyond the live sessions, I'm going to give you access to over 10 hours of recorded videos where you are going to come into class, having watched some videos and having, understood some certain things, so that when we meet for the live sessions, we are able to do a whole lot more work. That's why we put that word there. It's an intensive marriage coaching course. It's going to be intensive, but it's for serious-minded people who are ready to lay a foundation, a solid foundation for a loving and divorce-free and drama-free marriage. So if that looks interesting to you, I'm then offering this special discount for everybody who is in this room. Where is this thing normally? Okay, so if you're in this room right now, instead of 60,000 that I said we'll pay, you have an opportunity to actually purchase this course right away for just 35,000. For just 35,000. For just 35,000. And if you don't have 35,000 to pay right now, you can lock it down with a 10,000 naira deposit and you'll balance with 30,000 later, which is still below the early bird discount that when you go public about this program, that is what people will pay for early bird. The early bird is going to be 45,000 and it's going to expire on the last day in February. But you have a better deal here where for just 35,000, you pay that and it's a one-time fee and you are in. Or you pay a 10,000 naira deposit and a 30K later before the program starts, which makes it 40K, which is still lower than the early bird. Just because you're part of Happy New Marriage, I'm offering that to you. The account details, you can see the account details there. And the link is also, maybe I need to share this on the chat box. So if you are interested, you can go ahead and make your payment directly to that account, and you are in and ready for us to go on this wonderful ride in the month of April. If you want to know more about the program, Bliss Catalyst, I'm putting that in the chat box as well. This blisscatalyst.org, which is my website, /MBA. You can read more about the program and even register at that place as well. So that is my juicy offer for you today. We are going to be able to go through this whole 11 player within those 4 Sundays, but it will be both live sessions and pre-recorded videos that you are going to have access to. And with that, we're going to go on that journey, and it promises to deliver the transformation that we are all trusting God to have. So I'm going to stop now and take questions so we can wrap up for today. Questions. All right. Dorcas, you can please unmute and speak.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for this rich session. Your relevance will present in Jesus' name. So
Amen.
I wanted
Thank you.
to ask as regards this the class that we'll be having in April, that is it per
Yes.
head or per couple?
Oh no, it's per couple. It's per couple.
Mm.
It's per couple.
All right,
Someone
sir.
says, how long will the 35K offer last? It lasts today and tomorrow. After tomorrow, that offer will be off the table. So is it for individual? It's not for individual, it's per couple. All the payments, all the figures that you have there is per couple, not individuals. So thank you, Dorcas. Ademola, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Thank you so much. In fact, I was just amazed, and so graced to have, the opportunity meeting you. So, can you hear me, sir? I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So my question is regarding, although me and my partner we are intending couple. So, but my question is, how can someone know that you have the capacity, you know,
Mm.
to marry? That's my question. Because you can't say, I'm not talking financially, I'm talking, maybe spiritually, morally, physically and all. So how can you know that you have the capacity to start marrying? That's my
Okay.
question, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ademola. So someone also asked the question where to share proof of payment. So my phone number, the phone number that you have there as RSVP, that's the phone number that you use to share proof of payment. So you just send it on WhatsApp to +234-8028392810, and that suffices as proof of payment. As in where you will drop the proof of payment and then you'll be granted access to join the program. So now to Ademola's question, which is a very, very important question. How do you know if somebody is ready for marriage or marriageable, as such? Interestingly, that is actually the first module in this program, which is Tree of Life. That's the first thing we're going to address, where Tree of Life will give you a measurement of your psychological health. That's what Tree of Life will give you. I'm going to talk about a bit more about all of this tomorrow. In fact, I'm starting with Tree of Life tomorrow to talk about it. So we're going to take a measurement. It's not just by saying, do you have? I mean, there are some of those surface questions that people can ask, or are you a spiritual person? Do you have money saved and all of that? There are and some of those questions are important themselves, but marriage is a mind thing. So we're going to dig into matters of the mind a lot more. And it's going to tell you where you are health-wise. And both of you can then make an informed decision about the other person's readiness. And even sometimes somebody will tell themselves, guess what? I'm not ready. I need healing. That's why, like I said, the first part of this program is healthy spouses. For the first 4 sessions, we are dealing with the individuals. We're re-engineering the foundation of the individuals. We're addressing, because it's not enough to just know that this person has this issue. We have to be able to provide solution. So that's what this program is about. So that's where we're going to start from. So there's no quotable quote I can give you. That's the honest truth. When you come into the program and you take some of the assessments and go through some of the, processes that were put in place, you will be able to tell how ready you are or how ready your spouse is and what needs to be done to get to the place of readiness. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so
Okay,
much, sir.
yeah, thank you. Somebody is asking the cost for the 12-week course. Is $1,000? It's $1,000 that I charge for the 12-week one-on-one. Just me and you and your spouse is $1,000 that I charge. If you are the person that is asking, we can talk about, I always make opportunity for people to have some kind of payment plan and all of that. I may be able to give some kind of discount as well, but don't expect too much based on relationship and all of that. And can I tell you the truth? I've walked a number of people through that program, this whole 12-week and all of that, free of charge. I've done it. So it's not for me, it's not about just the money, but the money has to because there's a lot of investment of time. It's a lot of investment of time, and and it has to be charged for as well. But we can talk about payment plan. We can talk about possibility of some kind of discount if you're interested in the one-on-one session as well. Part of what I've also done to make it available is that I've also created a few other different packages. Some people will say, okay, we don't have 12 weeks, we don't have $1,000. Is there? So the $12,000 fee is for the premium version. I have the standard version, but I can't go lower than the standard version because I cannot say because I want it to be affordable, I then go take you through a process that even me, I know will not be strong enough. But I have a lower version, which is about $750, which is instead of 12 weeks, we go through it in about 8 or 9 weeks. But that one is about $750. That is still one something I can do for somebody who says, I don't have $1,000 and I want to, sit with you one-on-one. So that's that for that. Any other question? Let me see. I think there's no hand raised again. Okay, so I think we can conclude there tonight. So thank you so much for your time. Tomorrow is where I open up the 11 players to you. so you have a very clear idea of the journey, the transformation journey that we're going to take together. And you're going to understand how everything will fix together. If you are interested, like I said, this offer is still on the table for marital bliss activation. All Sundays in April, by God's grace, it's going to be a powerful, powerful, powerful journey of transformation. And it's going to be intensive. But you're going to come out of that program a changed couple. That has been the story for all the couples that have canceled. There's none that they don't tell me how it's almost like magic. That's the truth. That's the truth. There are people that, let me not say, maybe not 100%, because I'm not God. And I can't sit here and talk as if I'm God. I'm not. But for the majority of the people, a lot of, great stories and testimonies are being shared. So that's why I have the confidence to put this out there and invite everybody to join. So if you are interested, please join. So it's for $60,000 or $45 or 6,000 naira or $45 or but you have the opportunity of a 35K discount one-off, or if you don't have 35K, you can lock it down for 10K and make your 30K payment later on. But that has to happen between today and tomorrow because it's special for everyone who is in happy new marriage. After that, we're going to go public on the program and the least amount will be 45K naira and $40. Thank you everyone for your time. Please mark your calendar, 8 o'clock tomorrow. We're back in. It's a free program, so you can still invite your friends to join. Maybe you joined and you were not really convinced. Maybe you were not really convinced before you joined, but now you know that there's something good here that you believe other people should partake of. Even though they've missed today's session, the recording, I'm going to make the recording available on our group so you can watch it, you can send it to others, and you can also still invite people to join us tomorrow. All right, so see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Have a fantastic night rest. Enjoy your evening. God bless you.
Jọ̀wọ́ mo fẹ́ mọ àwọn òbí rẹ o bèbí mi yé jọ̀wọ́ mo fẹ́ mọ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ o ọmọ oníwà tútù yìí o mo fẹ́ mọ lé rẹ o kí n má bá ẹ lọ bèbí jẹ́ má bá ẹ lọ òní kí n má bá ẹ lọ olólùfẹ́ jẹ́ má bá ẹ lọ. Oh, what I'm feeling, burning me all love, I can't help myself. Baby, I wanna love you. Jẹ́ má bá ẹ lọ o, ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o, bébí o jẹ́ má bá ẹ lọ o, ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o, ó jẹ́ má bá ẹ lọ o, ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o, baby I wanna love you, ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o, ó má bá ẹ lọ, ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o, baby I wanna love you, ó má bá ẹ lọ ní o, ó má bá ẹ lọ, oh yes, ó má bá ẹ lọ, give me the arms, give me the arms. Mo fẹ́ mọ lé rẹ o kí n má bá ẹ lọ bèbí jẹ́ má bá ẹ lọ òní kí n má bá ẹ lọ olólù. olólùfẹ́ jẹ́ n máa bá ẹ lọ ẹlẹ́yinjú ẹgẹ́ jẹ́ n máa bá ẹ lọ adúmáadán jẹ́ n máa bá ẹ lọ.